Please allow me to jump off this bandwagon real quick about 4:9 and move it over to 4:24. Now, Zechariah of Zechariah 11:17, the right eye wound Bible verse, Zechariah itself comes to murder in simple gematria, the 79. So if we come all the way down, there it is, murder right there, 79. Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7. Now, murder in the Jewish Hebrew does come to 399 in the 99th day. Now, we like that date. We like it a lot. When you come to Zechariah 11:17 spelled out, you get 589, which is his number. That's Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. But you get spelled out a date, April 24th. So let's scroll up and show you Zechariah 11:17. Zechariah 11:17. It's Zechariah. Zechariah. We spelled everything correctly. In the Jewish Hebrew, you do have the 38, which is death and murder in the simple, in the four base ciphers. You get 251 in the simple, which remember, 251 days in both directions from the total solar eclipses. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But folks, it spells out a date. And Friday, 23rd December. But it spells out, let's go back to it. Oh, it's in the Jewish Hebrew. No wonder. It spells out April 24th. Now, we can go to the second one just to make sure there's no other dates. Because dates spelled out properly with proper spelling, not like April 27, but April 27th with a TH on the end. I always look for the proper spelling to have by far the most meaning. And we don't see any other dates spelled out. Usually dates spelled out are in your first page or two. We can run it to the third page just to make totally sure there's no other dates. But think about that. You have a date completely spelled out for Zechariah 11:17. Now my name comes to 11:17. Believe it or not. Yeah. If you know me, just ask. I'll be glad to show you. And even down in the comments, if you just want to know, go ahead and throw it at me in the comments and I'll prove it to you. Of course, if you don't know me, then you won't know my legal name. So, and it's not the complete name. It's first name, last name, and Roman numeral 3111 I at the end. Comes to 11:7. Now, today, when the Lord would have given it to us, it's a perfect 37 days. 888 hours. Remember, 37 is a prime number for the church, 12th prime number. Now, when I ran Groundhog Day release date, I think this was the premiere. Well, it's on a Friday, so I guess that's the big release date. I don't know. February 4th, 1993. Notice it's 121 for Antichrist fused with 132. Well, those are progressions of 11. 11 times 11 is 121. 11 times 12 is 132. So that's very interesting. It's also 33 years, 2 months, 20 days for 322 code. So that's a big deal. Now, I know somebody, we know that 121 is Antichrist and 216 is James Bond's car tag, 6 times 6 times 6. Well, what if you fuse the two together and you say, which would be the date 1216? Well, if somebody is born on 12/16, 1997, remember the 97th verse is the opening of the seals, you get 38 death, 38 murder, you get 83 murder, and you get 34 murder, all in the 4 base ciphers. So you get all this death and murder with the date of 424, our April 24th date. I may or may not know somebody with that birthday, which is why I maybe would have known that or to look for that. Well, that I knew that number. When you run the total solar, that's 251 days from the midpoint when Sirius the Dog Star rose in 2022 on August 12th. It was the midpoint of 2 total solar and 2 total lunar eclipses, 88 days in both directions of the total lunars and 251 days in both directions of the 2 total solars. And remember, this Zechariah 11:17 spelled out does come to the 251. Now, if it's just Zechariah, remember it's 79 for murder. And 615 for the Jewish Hebrew, and that's when Batman Begins came out. By the way, I did want to look at when Batman came out on 3/4, March 4th, marching forth. It is 1497 on our 49 date that we love. That's 49 is in the days and 97th verse. That is coded. If we run it to our 424 date, just for giggles. Okay. Top Gun Maverick, May 27th. See, I haven't looked at either one of those. 1428, 1430. Run it to our 411, which would be the rising day. All right. Anyway, let's look at the other total solar of April 20th, 2023. The other 251 days in the other direction. Look at that. It's a perfect, that's the height of the Twin Towers. 110. It's 1100, kind of representing both Twin Towers. Folks, that's a big deal right there. That is a really big deal because if we look at I don't know if I showed y'all this. I don't even think I did. I think I just jumped in. When we run the first total solar on 12/4/2021 to our 424 date, it's 1,602 days. 602 is Revelation in Strong's Concordance. Then this is 4 years, 4 months, 20 days. So there's your 420, the other total solar. And we just ran that. We got our 1100 even. These are big deals. If we run the 2022, August 12th, when Sirius the Dog Star rose, you get 32 424 hours. So 424 is baked into the hours. But really, that would be more for the rising day when Sirius rises. 1353. 44 months. Anyway, let's now run it to the two total lunars, 88 days in both directions, May 16th. Well, there's your 144 for the church, and it's a palindrome 1441. 3 years, 11 months, 10 days. You have your 311 code, fused with 1110. That's gigantic. Run it to the 88 days in the other direction, which was the election day on November 8th, 1265. And it'd be 1263 on the event day. There was something I wanted to run. It was in my head. Let me think about it for a second. I already forgot it. Hang on. I want you to look at everything it connects with, and then which would be everything that connects with today, the 18th, but the next 37 progression is going to be on our 424 date. Shot heard around the world. Who shot JR? Frank shot in right eye. And so it's shot, shot, shot. When Frank on 10/30/1988 in the movie Donnie Darko, that was the date. It was October 30th. Stormy Daniels, born in 79, 79 is murder. The 9/11 2001 event, it's perfect progression. Doug Williams, who was featured in Donnie Darko. Snoop Dogg shooting Trump in the music video. It's a color. I forget the name of it. And a total solar eclipse when I saw The Dark Knight. Total solar eclipse, August 1st, 2008. That's almost impossible. My Groundhog Day event of Groundhog Day 2009. I want to say what it was. But yes, that's part of it. That's also a direct 37 progression. That's on my personal ciphers spreadsheet page. I don't remember what else. George Bush, his birthday to 424, it's 29,147. 47, of course, is his number, Trump's number. With Obama, it's 236.39. Oh, yeah, that's a big deal. So I just wanted to point that out, that Zechariah 11:17 spelled out does come to that. Billie Eilish is No Time to Die. 2262. Well, there's your 22. 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder. District 22 was on the bus. I remember 602 is Revelation. The Dark Knight came out on 7/18. I saw a 7/18 combination. Whoops. 6489. That just blows my mind to see that. Go to the Rising. Dark Knight Rises. To the rising date. And remember, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which stands for 9/11. Here we go again. 2837. Remember that Mamma Mia came out same time The Dark Knight, same day. And then Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again came out on the same day, just 6 years later, 7/20. His descent, that's one thing I have not looked at yet on the other one either. His June 15th descent down the escalator, which is all about his death or descending. It's 3966. If we run it to our other date, 3951. What other, did I have some other items pulled up? The film Wings, the first ever Academy Award winner. On the rising day, it is 35,881 on one of its release dates. So that's a big deal. For our other date, ooh, you have 35896. 589 is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. 3 months, 11 days. It's really, I mean, everything that I'm seeing is really popping. On this 424 rising on 426. The moon would be in Leo when he goes down. It goes down on a Friday, up on a Sunday, which would match Jesus. Yeah, I already looked at that. I came across something that was a 68 and a 66 combination. And I can't think for the life of me what that was right now. Oh, I think I had it pulled up on one of these others. Somebody I know born on October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date, which also, when you spell out October 2nd, completely spelled out, matches Donald Trump 138. Anybody born on October 2nd, 1993, they get 1189 2. 1189 is Donald J. Trump in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. That's a big deal. That's what it was. When you go to October 2nd, 1988, you get the Dark Knight release date, 7/18, 13,718 days. On the rising day, 13,720. That alone tells you that's when the event's going to take place. That is a palpable cipher. When they went 88 miles per hour in 1985 on 10/26. Well, on the murder date, it's 14790. 79 is murder and simple gematria, basically saying one for murder. It's a big deal. Back to the Future came out on July 3rd. One 14905, 14907 on Rising Day. (9/11) is a direct hit. It's 8991 days. Perfect 37 progression. What else? When No Time to Die was released, it's a palindrome 1661. When the paper airplane flew into my right eye on 12/17, we documented that on my YouTube channels. It is 589. 589 is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. So I don't remember what else. I don't remember what else I was looking at. Okay, Okay, it's nothing over there. I absolutely cannot remember for the life of me. I saw a 66 and a 68 combination. I don't remember what it was. I might have went ahead and got rid of it. It might have been a personal cipher, so no big deal. Well, that's basically it. It's also the film Amsterdam, which had every player, every single actor was in that movie. The bad guy in No Time to Die. You had the Dark Knight, Christian Bale. You had the guy that said there's a storm coming, screamed it, and take shelter. We're going to have to look at all those dates. Everything we've been looking at 4/9, we're going to have to start looking at 4/24. Those are my two favorite numbers, was 24 and 42. And oddly, I raised my son to, we always love those numbers. Those were both our favorite numbers. And my son passed away on 12, 10, excuse me, 12 times 10 times 2024, the year 24. And there's the 24 and the 42, followed by the 88. So the fact that 4/24 is a date that we're now strongly looking at, because I always knew my son's passing would have something to do with this end times date. And boy, it would be fitting. Matter of fact, he says 4/24 on the video. When I had the home movies, I didn't dub it in. Oh, that was on the YouTube video that I made. I didn't put it in that, but it is on the video that I have saved of him talking as a child. He said, "Look, Dad, there's 4/24 on the coat or something like that." Could it be? I mean, could it be that that's our date? It is a Friday. Could that be our date? Moon's in Leo. It's the first quarter. It's a quarter moon. In the world of astrology, that's big time friction. And the satanic astrology, please have nothing to do with that. Thank you. I just wanted to point it out. By the way, Trump and I's midpoint on Christmas Day 1953, 26,418 days. It's a 37 progression. 714, which that goes right back to my Groundhog Day 2009 event, the 714. Sure does. I'll tell you something, we want to run to it. I mean, you really want to run this to our 4/24 date. It is a palindrome on the rising day. I was afraid of that. I knew it was going to be something. Look at that. 15751. It's a palindrome to the rising day. So this date of 3/12/83, it's a very personal cipher. I'm not going to say what it is, but I want you to look at it. 3 times 12 times 1983. You get your 138, which is Donald Trump in Simple Gematria, and your 88, which is Trump in Simple Gematria, along with the 713, which was the right ear date. And so you run that date, 3/12/83, and you got the 138 and the 88, and you run it to the rising day, and you get a palindrome, 15751. Mm, 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 mm. Now, yeah, okay. Anyway, personal cipher looking at there. You do get the 148, which is Donald J. Trump in the Simple Gematria. 8522. I'll tell you what, we'll be definitely looking at May 22nd when the time comes, if nothing happens yet. What is May 22nd? Where's our moons at? There it is. We'll close out with this. May 22nd is a Friday. It's that Leo to Virgo again. We'll be looking at May 22nd if nothing goes down on 4/24. All right, love you guys.